Hello, this is Andrea speaking. I'm from Danube University Krems and I work with the ATS 2020 project. I want to show you today how to create a page in Mahara. We did this activity already as a live activity in a workshop for teacher trainers in Krems, but I felt I want to do a screencast recording with the new Mahara for those who maybe joined the project later and didn't have the chance to already explore how to make a page on the workshop in Krems. To create a page, you click first on Portfolio. On Portfolio, you will see which pages you have. You also have other possibilities. So you have your dashboard page, you have your profile page, you have possibly other pages, but now we create a new page simply by clicking on Create Page. In order to create the page, you first give the page a title. You should also give your page a description. The description can be a short summary of the page, or it can be like a small letter of intent to direct it to your target group to tell them what your page is about. You can also give the page tags. If you already used some tags, a drop-down menu will show you which tags you used so far. For instance, I, of course, used ATS 2020 frequently, obviously also words like ePortfolio and the like. So I have a page now. However, it doesn't have content yet, neither does it have layout. It's pretty much empty. First, we want to edit the layout. I recommend this very strongly because once you started, changing the layout would mean that you have to drag your blocks of texts and images around a lot. So first, click on Edit Layout. You will get a couple of basic options and you will also get advanced options with even more sophisticated layouts. I always recommend the basic options because they make sure that your page is also quite well viewed on a mobile device or on a small screen and with many different browsers. So the more sophisticated your layout gets, for instance, one like this, I would not be so much sure how it looks like on a mobile device. Two columns, for instance, would on a mobile device just jump. So like the first column is displayed first, the second column is displayed after the first column has been read. I quite like this type of layout and I will choose this now for my page. I click again on Save to save the layout. Now I'm back to my page. I still don't see the layout. I will see it the moment I start dragging and dropping a block, a so-called block to the page. I can decide now, do I want to put text? Do I want to place an image first? Do I want to do other things? I will start with a text block and I simply drag it and now I see the layout. I drop it to the column where I want to drop it. Let's say I drop it here. I give the block a title, so it's kind of a subheader, and then I can enter as much text as I want. I can also edit this text. For instance, you have here a lot of editing options. I can even put smileys from here, emoticons. I made one already. I can decide how the font should look like. I can of course also place a hyperlink if I want. So there are actually all options that you might know from any other content management system. It's always important, especially if your text gets longer, to click on save. You are in the cloud and you could lose unsaved texts. Actually, for longer texts, for instance, for a teaching portfolio page, I usually write them in an offline device and copy and paste them to the Mahara later on. But this is maybe a little bit old-fashioned. However, I click on save now. Now I will add an image to my page. I click on image, and as I clicked it too shortly, I see now that I want to add the block simply like this, so I could also click on add like this, or I could simply drag and drop it as I showed you before with the text. So even in case you have problem with dragging and dropping, which might be on some devices, you can always add the blocks and after that maybe rearrange them. My image will be called Apple Blossom because I prepared something for you from the last weekend, which I spent outdoors. I can choose files from my hard disk drive or any device connected to my computer. Here is my image, and now it's uploaded. I can decide whether I want to have a description with the image or not, so I will choose yes to work with the descriptions later on. I could determine the width, which I normally only do if I see that the image is not displayed properly. I can decide whether this image is retractable or not. If I say no, no one can retract it. If I say yes, a reader of my page could decide he or she wants to see only the header in order to have my page in a way more orderly or differently. Or I can say automatically retract, which would mean that only the header is shown and only after I click on the header I can see the image. I say save again and I find the image in my page. Now I said I want to have a description with the image as well, so I just click on edit the block. Here I have my image. It's still here. I could remove it, I could change it against something else. And I go on this image and I want to say something. So I can kind of give the picture, for instance, the location and the date when it was taken. I could even tag the picture itself as well. I can allow comments by other users, and of course I need to save the changes to have registered that there's a description with the picture. And then take care, there is a second save, so don't overlook one, otherwise your changes won't be accepted. Now you see the image comes with a description. There are a lot of other text blocks you can embed. There is, for instance, the possibility to embed media. You can add files to download. You can add a whole folder, which would then also consist of files to download. You can embed an image gallery, which means that more than one picture, normally as thumbnails, will be shown. You can embed other media. Not all of them are really enabled, so you have to play around a little bit like this. You can add a PDF, which is very practical. Should usually, for instance, you could add a presentation or something. So, for instance, I could add here a PDF. And I have already a big choice of them, so this time I choose it from the collection I have on my Mahara already. I take the PDF presentation on working with groups in Mahara, so I give the blog the title Working with Groups. By the way, you can in Mahara, of course, also create group pages, not only personal pages. With Save, you again make sure that your changes are saved. Now I have here a PDF presentation embedded in my page. There are a lot of more blocks that I could put into my page, like a journal, like means a blog or a learning diary, which I can also create in Mahara. But I want to stop here and say display page, so we can look at this model page I created so far. So here I see my beautiful big apple blossoms. If I would like to have them smaller, I would have to resize the width. And now I have a page. However, this page is only my page so far. No one can see it. So if I click again on edit, I find here the possibility to display the page, but also the possibility to share the page. If I click on share page, only then I can edit the access who has access to my page. So I can simply only share it with single friends. Let's say I would seek now for peer review. I can share it with a group. I can share it with other users of Mahara with whom I'm not friend yet. I can share it with the whole World Wide Web by making it public. And I can share it, for instance, with the institution ATS 2020 or with the groups I'm in. As this is a testing page, I will also simply share it with a testing group. Now everyone who is member of the group tester has access to this page. With Save, I can go back to my page. And I find it in the list of pages. Here, this is the access list, so I see the page Mahara, how to create pages and how to share them, is shared with access list, the group tester, and I could edit the access further by clicking here to edit the access. I can also give the page a secret URL, which would mean that if I want to share it with users who are not Mahara member, they would get a special URL to access the page. However, I think you saw it's easy and it's fun to create pages, and I hope you are happy with Mahara. Thank you very much. Like, don't fail in commenting on this if you need anything more, and I'm happy if this screencast is of some help for you. Bye bye.